This is the most exciting time to be on Earth. We've all signed up to be here for Earth's ascension.
Former atheist Betty Guadagno, vegan, shares her near-death experience in which she was shocked to find herself in heaven. Shaped by a traumatic childhood of addiction, poverty, and abuse, Betty turned to drugs early in life. At 23, after she and her sister discovered their addicted parents had committed suicide together, she embraced causing harm rather than being a victim. Years later, an overdose changed everything. Betty was transported to a realm of blinding white light, completely immersed in unconditional love. Her deceased boyfriend and father guided her, and for the first time, she felt whole, her fractured self mended into a beautiful mosaic. As a devout atheist, Betty was furious at finding herself in what seemed like heaven. She exclaimed,
"What? I'm wrong?"
Her guides explained she was a divine warrior who had chosen her adversities as training for her soul's mission. When Betty refused to return, joking she wanted to stay with pajamas and popcorn, they showed her a pre-birth vision. In a grocery store-like setting, a man in a plaid blazer and fedora accompanied her as she, a glowing orb, selected life experiences from cereal box-like options. She saw that she had chosen both intense struggles and positive future events like recovery and spiritual awakening, proving she was a divine co-creator, not a victim, as her soul had chosen these experiences for growth. Still unwilling to leave, Betty was shown a baby she'd be reborn as if she refused. The child would face similar hardships. Realizing she'd only repeat the same lessons, she reluctantly agreed to return, considering it like finishing a roller coaster ride. Her guides assured her that the second half of her life would be easier. Back in her body, Betty dismissed the experience as drug psychosis until divine synchronicities unfolded. All her drug dealers independently quit selling, citing transformations like finding faith or wanting to be better parents. Stranded without substances, Betty endured brutal withdrawals, feeling as if her bones were on fire and her skin was broken glass, until a voice urged her to request healing. As she lay back and counted backwards from 10, Betty saw in her mind's eye 2 men in lab coats with lawnmowers clearing her mind's crevices. Intense hot tingles followed, culminating in a plunger-like sensation on her crown and a bright white flash, instantly healing her from withdrawal's agony. Overwhelmed, Betty jumped from bed, crying out to the universe in disbelief at the grace bestowed upon her. More divine guidance followed. On a train with no destination, a man wearing a 12-step drug recovery necklace appeared, and a voice told her to follow him to a meeting. Despite resistance, Betty followed and entered 17 months in rehab, learning humility and studying sacred texts, metaphysics, and the law of attraction. During this time, Betty continued receiving spiritual downloads from her guides. One inner message began with a warning: "Don't eat pork. Whatever you do, don't eat pork." When she obeyed, the voice later moved on to beef, then chicken, fish, and other animal people products. Eventually, she became fully vegan. At first, she felt distraught, as if there were no joy left in life. But someone reframed it for her. "It sounds like you've actually opened yourself to allow a lot more joy in." This shifted her perspective and anchored her commitment to veganism. Today, Betty eats no animal people products and takes no drugs or alcohol, wishing to keep her vessel as clean as possible. She works in recovery, speaks publicly about her heavenly experience, and participates in spiritual communities, including the Baha'i Faith, embracing her soul's mission to help Earth's ascension and humanity's collective rise in consciousness.
Upright quote of the day: "Speak good or remain silent." The venerated enlightened Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, vegetarian.
For more relevant news from around our planet, please visit suprememastertv.com/news.